Hey there, I'm Connor, I'm Off the Cuff, and today I am talking to you about The Witch. The Witch is the latest horror movie to be released, and I think it's the feature debut of writer-director Robert Eggers. It's about a Puritan pilgrim family in colonial America. I believe this is during the first 13 colonies. Like, this is first-generation European immigrants. And what happens is this family lives all by themselves, and then one day the youngest child, who's an infant, disappears, presumably into the woods next to their settlement, and what follows is a complete falling apart of a family unit. And I'm not going to say anything else about this. What did I think of The Witch? I really liked it. I thought it was really good. That being said, a lot of people are not going to like it. A lot of people are going to hate this movie because while The Witch is a horror movie, it's not a scary movie. And if that statement makes your head scratch and you're just going, what does he mean by that? Stay away from this movie because you're not going to get it. You're not going to like it. The thing about The Witch, and I never saw the trailer, and maybe people saw the trailer and were expecting something and got something different. The thing about The Witch is, what I liked about it, it has an atmosphere that is palpable. Robert Eggers' direction is really good here, and especially the cinematography. There's a period detail here that's very admirable. Even like down to the makeup. These people look right out of that time period. They don't have any like glamour in their faces. They look very plain. The costumes look very right out of the period. I don't feel like I'm watching current actors dressing up and playing house in the Pilgrim times. I feel like I'm transported to another time, and that was really cool. I also really like the way Eggers uses the minimalist cast and the minimalist locations. It almost felt like a prolonged episode of The Twilight Zone, and if you know me, The Twilight Zone is my favorite show ever. The music is also excellent here, adds an extra layer to the creepy factor, and the acting here is also great. Ralph Ineson and Anya Taylor-Joy give probably the best performances. Ralph Ineson in particular plays the dad, and he does a great job. I want to see this guy in more things. He's like a Liam Neeson type. He's not quite Liam Neeson, but he's that kind of type of actor. And how have I never seen this guy in anything? He was apparently like a cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy, so I don't really remember him. And he was in a couple of the Harry Potter movies, which I barely remember. I never saw the last two Harry Potter movies, so I don't even remember him. So I want to see this guy in more things. He's awesome. And Anya Taylor-Joy, she does a good job too. She's like only 18, 19 years old, so I want to see how her career propels after this, because she was really nice in here. The other acting's pretty good. The oldest son he's alright. He's not up to the two other actors, but he's pretty good. I also want to say that the script here is excellent. And so here's the thing. On the surface, there's not a whole lot going on here. It's more dialogue driven than it is, say, action driven. Now, I'm not saying action as in like witches punching goats in the face or anything. It's more action as in, and what I mean by action is people doing things. It's not a whole lot of that. A lot of this is through dialogue. Like, this is like a play almost, except it is cinematically filmed. So on the surface, there's not a whole lot going on. Under the surface, however, there's a lot to sink your teeth into here. There's a lot of deep thematic things here. This is where the horror element comes in, because it's not about scaring you. It's about the darkness of humanity and what we hide from people, and what we're scared of people knowing about ourselves. And that's what horror is. And so, but of course, it doesn't, there's no witch going, so, people aren't going to get scared. And of course, anything that's mildly different and challenges its audience in any way, people are going to hate it because people don't like being challenged. So, yeah, I think the script is also really good. And the general structure of this movie, and the tagline says this, it's a folk tale. And that's very much what it is, a very dark folk tale. It's like this fable, like a night scary story you say around the campfire. And, but people just want their, because that scares them. Things I don't like about this movie, I really don't like the mom character, and I don't like the twins. So the mom is the actress does a decent job, but the thing is, this mom character, I understand that she's grieving, and she's very emotionally vulnerable and susceptible to influence. The problem is, her whole subplot got very predictable, and I'm not a stickler for predictability, but the thing about this kind of a movie is it's all about the unpredictable and what we don't know and what's going to happen, and that's kind of where the problems really came in, especially with her subplot. And the two twin children, I mean, they were nothing more than just brats. That's all they were. They're not interesting, they're not deep on any way, they're just there to be annoying and to instigate conflict. I thought that was a little below this movie's quality. But I do think that this movie is really good. But the problem is, another issue I had with this movie that just came to mind, is the way this movie has its characters. Now, outside of the sympathetic situation, like, I feel bad for these characters. They're in a really crummy situation. But I don't really get a gauge of what now, apart from the father. The father character is interesting and has a lot of layers to him. But outside of it, I don't know if the oldest son, what he wants in life. I don't know if the mom, what her hobbies are. Like, who are these characters outside of the situation? I never really got that. And while that sounds like a nitpick, at the end of the movie, it is kind of important. And it does, you know, it does influence decisions, and I never got that. So that was an issue I had with the movie. I do like the movie overall. It is good. Not quite great, but it is good, and it's not bad. I'm so sick of hearing idiots calling this movie boring. It's stupid. No, I mean, if you don't like it for legitimate reasons, it's awesome, then fine. You know, I'd love to have a discussion about this, but I personally am going to give The Witch a 7.5 out of 10. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm Connor, and I'll see you later.